Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing great. I'm just waiting to get a little bit more followers on before I really get into it. So I'm also waiting for my guests this afternoon. I have a very special guest, and I will give a little bit introductions once I see some people log on. Oh, there's one person now. Hi, Terry or Leslie. I don't know which one of you have logged on, but anyway, I was just telling everybody that I'm just waiting for a couple people to log on before I introduce my guest and also make sure that my guest has actually logged on as well. I'm Kimberly from Envision Weddings, Envision Destinations. Hi, Terry. I don't know why I'm introducing myself to you, Terry, because I know you. But anyway, I am from Envision Weddings. I am a wedding planner and a destination wedding planner. And today we're actually going to be talking to somebody that is very special to me, also because she's part of our team. So what we're doing actually is that we're going to be starting this live series to interview a bunch of people from around the world because we are Envision Destinations and we have relationships with people all over the place just because of our destination wedding work. And we wanted to do this because, first of all, we're in quarantine, so everybody is itching to travel right now. That's one thing. And secondly, because we wanted to actually showcase some of the people that we know from all over the place, because I think that a lot of people know us for our Toronto market. A lot of people know us for what we do here. A lot of people don't know that we actually do have connections with people globally. So my guest, her name is Arantxa. She is actually one of our team members based out of Barcelona, Spain. So we are going to bring her in right now. I'm just waiting for her. See if this works. Any moment. Waiting for, oh, it's connecting. This is my first time doing this, guys. So like, hey, how
Hi.
are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Everybody, this is Arantxa. When I say everybody, I mean the couple people that are in this room right now. But I think there is an option for me to save this afterwards so then I
Oh,
can
great.
post it later. But I was telling everybody, which I'm sure you heard, about why I'm doing this. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing all of these interviews, and I thought that you would be the perfect first person to come on here. My guest, I guess you can say.
Number one.
Number Number one, yes. I feel like Ellen right now. I feel like I'm on a talk show, and there should be music, and somebody like live music, be like, Arantxa, and then you come on and you like, yeah, and you wave and you sit next to me and you do a little dance. We can maybe do that next time. We don't have to do that right now. But tell me where you're logging in from. Where are you right now?
Okay, so I am from Barcelona.
Yes.
I am connecting from Barcelona, Spain.
Yes.
I'm based here.
Show me. Can you show me around? Like, where are you right now? You're on your balcony. Are you on your
I'm
balcony?
at my balcony. Yeah, I'm at my apartment at my balcony and oops.
Hey, look, it's Spain. You know what? Even
Yeah.
just that shows how different your neighborhood is from my
Super
neighborhood.
different.
Yeah,
Yes.
it still looks pretty different than here.
Yeah.
But you don't live
Today is
right
a
in
little
Spain, in Barcelona.
in Barcelona. No. So I live in a town close to Barcelona. It's
Right.
about 30 minutes away by car.
Okay.
So it's not that far. Like for me, I'm used to go pretty much every day and come back. It's something normal, I guess, like in Toronto, that you live a little bit more in the outskirts and then you go to the
True.
city in and out every day. So
But our traffic is way worse than yours, I
yeah.
am sure. Does it
Well,
actually
we
take 30 minutes to get in and out is the question. Like to
it depends on the time. So
Okay.
we have peak hours as well. So for example, Monday to Friday, like between 7:30 to 9, it's gonna take you longer.
Okay.
But if you go after, like I don't know, 11, in half an hour you're there. Or on the weekend,
Right.
in half an hour you're there too.
Amazing. So I
Yeah.
don't know if a lot of people know how we know each other. do you want to tell them how we know each other?
Sure.
You go ahead.
So, so I started with Kimberly as an intern. So I was studying.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Kind of.
no,
Yeah,
I was an
an
intern.
assistant. Sure. Okay.
And
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, so I was in Toronto. I studied postgraduate in event management, and then I had to do an internship, and then I got in touch with Kim,
That's
and
right.
then we started working together all that summer, and then from there we started collaborating together. I was an assistant as well for the next year, and then I moved back to Barcelona,
Much to
and we are still
my
in touch.
much to my delight. That was actually
Yeah.
something that I was really happy about. I'm like, oh, you're going back? I mean, I'm really sad that you're going back. However, great that you're going back because I think that I really wanted
You're
to.
gonna help me.
Yeah, exactly. This is totally self-serving. It was a completely self-serving act. But I think that it was just really great timing because I think we wanted to break into the Europe market for such a long time as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when people are planning destination weddings, they want to know that you know an actual person there. And it's not just like an email address or somebody off a website, right? Like they actually want to know. Which is why I was so happy that you went. And Barcelona is such a great hub, like a center of like tourism and things like that in the city. So I mean in this country. So I haven't been personally, but since you're born and raised there, what is your favorite part of Barcelona as your city compared to having been in North America?
Oof. My favorite part of the city, I don't know, there's so many things, but for me, having the sea nearby is something huge. Like, and here in Barcelona, we have the sea and we also have the mountain really close, so you can drive for 2 hours or 3 hours and be at a ski resort in the winter. But then in the summer, you are 30 minutes away from any beach. So that for me, it's everything.
Which is, I was telling you what the weather was like this morning in Toronto. So you said that what? It's like 26 degrees there right now? Yeah.
Yesterday it was 29 degrees. Today it's like 20, but still the weather is really nice. It's just a little cloudy, but
Whereas
it's wonderful. I don't miss the weather in Toronto.
Freezing this morning. It was also 7:30 in the morning where I was outside. But I had to stand there.
But it's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. Like I had to stand there. I was waiting to get into my floral supplier. So because they were distancing, they were social distancing. So like they only let in like one person at a time. So I was just standing outside in my spring coat and I'm like, I'm so cold. And then my husband was like, yeah, it's only like 5 degrees. I'm like, what? I'm like, isn't it May? And he's like, yeah. You know, I mean, it's warmer now, but probably not as warm as you guys over there.
No, definitely not. I don't remember last year being that cold in Toronto in May.
It's beginning of May. There was still a snowstorm, I think, near the end of April. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit cold, right? Like, I'm not. When did you move back? Like, what was the month that you moved
last
back?
year, February.
Oh, okay.
February from last year.
I remember one of our last photos was like I was wearing a winter jacket. So, but no, that makes sense. That was in February. So
yeah, February was really cold.
What are you doing now while you're in Barcelona? Like, what is your day job now?
So I work in corporate events.
Okay.
So basically, all our clients, I work for an agency and all our clients are from abroad. Pretty much 95% of them, I would say, are from North America.
Okay.
So I continue working with the North American market.
Right.
Which makes me really happy, to be honest. Because it makes me feel like I still have a connection, you know?
That's nice.
Yeah. And so I organize any corporate event that they have going on here in Spain. So they travel to our country, any part of the country, and then we plan the events.
Where is the furthest that you've been, like outside of Barcelona for your work?
To Tenerife, which is an island in Spain.
And
so Spain has 2 islands. The Canary Islands that are on the south, close to Africa.
Right. And then
the Balearic Islands, which are pretty close to Barcelona.
Right.
It's a flight that is 30 minutes away.
So,
And the Canary Islands are farther, are like 3 hours away,
oh, that's nice.
three and a
So,
half.
like, what
Yeah.
would you, I'm guessing if you had a choice between mountains and beach side, like, do they do weddings in the mountains, like events in the mountains, or is it mainly
Sometimes
like near
they,
the ocean?
I think it's near the ocean, but it's also because of the demographic of our guests.
Right,
They are usually from like northern countries or North America where they don't have nice weather all year round or
right,
the beach or the sea nearby. So that's what they are looking for when they come here.
right.
So pretty much all our events are on an island or in the city. Barcelona and Madrid are big
Awesome.
event hubs as well.
Well, I mean, we talked about the fact that Barcelona is also like a sea hub, right? Like people, go on cruises and stuff there, as far as I know,
Yes.
right? So like it's very
Mm-hmm.
easy for people to hop to other
Very easy.
locations if they really
Yeah.
wanted to, which is like kind of a plus. Because you guys are very,
Either
yeah, go ahead.
either by boat, like you said, like cruises, or flying in Europe is really affordable as well. So,
Right. Well, compared to
and
Canada, I feel like anybody everywhere is more affordable than Canada. Sorry, I have to
affordable,
say
and
that.
also the distances are like
Right,
much
shorter.
closer than in Canada as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people don't realize that. Like, if they've never been to Canada, they think that flying to Vancouver is, can be relatively cheap, but you can get a flight to Vancouver, which is the same price as a flight to the
Mm-hmm.
UK, right? So,
Yeah,
like, because our
which
country is
is
so
crazy.
big, it's just such a huge country, so you can't really do anything about that. But, okay, so you do corporate events in Spain. You've done weddings with me, and we're doing
Yes.
weddings in Spain as well. What do you think
Mm-hmm.
are the main reason why people will want to go to Spain to do an event versus just staying in North America? Like, what is the
Well,
big perk about being in Spain?
I think it's the culture that we have.
Mm-hmm.
It's a European culture, but we also have a very unique way of living, I guess.
Yes. Tell me
and
more
I
about how you live.
and I think that people feel that when they are here and they are looking for an experience, they are looking for something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the main reason why they come here. Weather is amazing, our food is unbelievable, people are really nice, and you can really feel that that people live differently than the way
It's a Mediterranean
you're
lifestyle,
used
right? Like
to live. Yeah.
that's just what I feel like appeals to people here. I think in North America in general, we're very go, 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 go. Like everything is very, economy based. It's very economy driven. I just
Yeah.
think that Europe does it a little bit differently. Like I just feel
Yeah.
like they work, of course, right? Like, and they work hard, but like they
Yeah.
have an enjoyment of life that is different than, you
Like
know, anywhere
for
in North
us,
America. Yeah.
yeah, enjoying our time, being with our family and spending time with our friends,
Right.
it's as important as our work, for
Right.
example. So work, of course, is important because you live from that.
Right.
But after that, you also make time to be with the people you love,
Right.
and you like to be with. And then like it's super important for us. And that part, I feel like that's what I that's what I think it's the most different from North America.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think people like coming here because they feel it.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, I feel like destination weddings in general, like you do a destination wedding because of the intimacy and the experience, right? Like if you're not going to provide a different experience to somebody that's going to fly all that way over there, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
also trying to do it for 200 people, it just doesn't like,
Yeah.
jive, right? Like when I think of a wedding in Spain, for example, I'm not thinking that it's going to be over 150 people. Like I'm thinking that
No.
it would be intimate, it would be relatively small, it would be beautiful. Like I can't even imagine the types of places that we can go to over there versus over here. We have one castle in Toronto. And we've spoke about this before about how you
Yes.
don't really consider it a castle.
No.
It's like kind of embarrassing to say that to you. I mean, like our castle, and you're like, no,
Not
not really, not
exactly.
exactly. Have you been inside Castle Loma before? Like, if you've been,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
of course. I had to be inside,
oh right, for the
to
I think
say
yeah, where you're just like, no,
no.
no, yeah. And I remember the first time we talked about that, and I talked about Castle Loma, and you were just like, you just like shook your head right away, and I'm like, right, because you're from Europe, where there's many castles with like actual history, with like kings and queens and stuff,
With like, yes,
like actual,
exactly.
yeah, with actual, with people that still kind of live there, kind of, like where our castle is now just like a historical monument, and it just kind of
Yeah.
stands there, right? But what is
And
your okay? So what's your favorite venue that you've worked for in Spain? Worked at, not worked
oof,
for. Favorite venue.
forgot. Oh my God, there's so many beautiful ones.
Okay, pick one. Pick the one that like stands out in your mind.
For weddings,
Hmm.
not so much for corporate, but for weddings, I really like, it's called Masia Rivas, which
Can you say that one
is
more time?
Masia Rivas.
I love it when you say it. Anyway, okay.
So it's 20 minutes away from Barcelona,
Hmm.
and it just has this charming, like it was built, I don't know, in the 1920, I think.
Hmm.
But it has a garden, everything is outdoors. Well,
Hmm.
it has like an indoor space as well, but it's just very charming when you are in there. And that's one of the reasons I think why people, when especially for weddings, when they want to do a destination wedding, that's what they are looking for, like the authenticity and something that is more traditional from
Right,
the place. And this venue, for example, I think it has it.
right, right. And like food is really good there, I'm assuming.
Food,
Yeah, the food at that
w-
venue.
well, it's a catering.
Oh, okay. So you
They
could
they don't
choose.
have
Okay,
their,
got it.
yes,
And
yeah,
is
yeah,
most of the venues over there more of a catering?
yeah.
Yeah, as aspect. I think we spoke about that too.
Yeah, because so usually the venues for weddings are either castles or macias or farmhouses. So
Right.
they don't have their own catering company, but you just bring them on and you basically build whatever you want
So
to
like,
make it
I have
your
another
own.
question. Sorry, I'm like just
Yeah.
peppering you
Yeah,
with
yeah.
questions, but like when you, because I know here they have with the venues that have caterers, there are restrictions of who you can bring in. Do they
Mhm.
have that many restrictions over there about like what kind of catering company you can bring in, or like you have to pick from a list, or kind of things like that?
Sometimes, not always. And if you insist that you really want to bring, because you always work with the same catering company, for example,
Right.
then usually they are okay with it. But there are some venues that they would have a list of preferred vendors,
Right.
but you don't necessarily have to pick them
Right.
all the time.
You would.
They are flexible.
Right. And you would have your own recommendations for our
Yeah,
clients to
definitely.
be like, yeah, don't do that. I just really want to do a wedding where we can just have like as a late night station, just like a paella thing. And that's it.
Oh,
Yeah. I
yes.
just want that. That's just, you can do whatever you else you want for that
Well,
wedding.
you
You
can
can,
do churros for like the late night
yeah.
appetizer
So in
or
case anybody doesn't know us, that there's just logging on right now, we surround all of our events with food. Like that's just, we drive all the events forward with the types of food that we can present to you. And,
Mhm.
like tapas, and like, do people do tapas for weddings? Like for like
Yeah,
cocktails and
sometimes
stuff like that?
like hors d'oeuvres,
Yeah,
yeah.
hors d'oeuvres, right? Like I figured that is
Hmm.
like the Spanish way of doing hors d'oeuvres. It's like tapas. I had tapas the other day, actually, right before the quarantine. I was thinking about you, and I'm like, I
Really?
wonder how authentic this is. Probably not. It's probably not. Like I actually like I was like, this is lovely, but like I mean, I don't know how authentic it really is. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think one of your friends is on here. It might be yeah,
Yes.
because this person knows you by name, and not everybody in North America knows how to spell your name. I have to say that. If anybody spells your name, it's without the
And he
X.
spoke Spanish as
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
so
I'm looking. I'm just like, that is your friend. So hi. Um. Anyway,
I think he left.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So I will wrap this up. I won't take up too much of your time. I just wanted to say hi and thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining us. One last
of course.
question.
Sure.
Um, I was going to ask you what was your favorite food that you wanted to present to your guests, but I think we already talked about that. So, what is the one um, unique thing that you can get there, but you can't get here, like for your event?
But you mean food-wise or
Anything, anything.
anything?
Yeah.
Well, number one is the venues.
That's actually a really great answer.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. They're just like, you can't get that over here.
Sorry.
Yeah. We talk. You can't duplicate Casa Loma over there. That's just not going to happen. I love. By the way, if Casa Loma is watching this, I love you guys. I'm just saying. I've been to Europe, and there are a lot of selection over there from there to
Yes.
here. But you know,
And I think also something that you can get here and you cannot get in North America
mhm.
is so the kind of stations that you would have for food
Mhm.
are way different, for example, than there. And it's the whole experience that it makes it that you cannot repeat it anywhere else, just
Right.
here.
Yeah.
For example, like a station of jamon, you know, jamon serrano?
No.
What is
Oh, sort of
jamon?
the ham. Yeah, the ham.
The
Yeah, you
ham,
said it
yeah.
again, and I'm like, nope, I know what that means. Yeah, the
So
ceramic ham.
like, yeah, having a station with a guy that, like a professional ham cutter that is cutting the jamon right in front of you, or like somebody that is making a paella, or
Yeah,
somebody that is making sangria, or even like having like a small workshop of how make your own sangria or something
right,
like
right,
that.
right.
It's something that I don't think you can replicate anywhere
I
else
mean, and you
because
can
it,
try, but I don't think like you mentioned the word authenticity, which I think is like it is something that would be missing, right? Like it wouldn't be. You
yeah,
can definitely do
definitely.
something like that here, but is
But
it?
it wouldn't be
Yeah,
the exact,
exactly, exactly. Is that Brownie? Is that Brownie?
yeah.
Right? She has a dog.
Brownie.
Brownie, her dog. It's a cockapoo.
She's Canadian.
Yeah, she's Canadian. That's right. That's right, because you got her here. Oh my
I
goodness.
did.
Hi,
I
my
did.
fellow little Canadian puppy. So sweet. Next time I should
Yeah.
bring Joey on and you should bring sorry. I just
Brownie.
yeah,
Oops. You
you should
cut
bring
off.
Brownie on and I should bring Joey on. Yeah, no. Is my phone just said that it was running low on battery. So
Oh, okay.
anyway, I will
So,
let you go right now. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that everybody got a little bit of flair, some Spanish flair, because it's so nice to see you, and it's such nice weather there. I hope to
yeah.
see you soon, and I think Brownie wants your attention.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
mommy.
Thank you so,
Thank you so much
mommy.
for.
I need to go out.
I know. You go take care of that. It's fine. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, and thanks for everybody for watching. Bye.
Bye, Kim. Talk to you soon.
Bye.